Good evening, folks. Good evening, folks. Please, will you take your seats? We'd like to get started at precisely 6:30 p.m. It is a beautiful day in Denver, Colorado. I'm just kidding. We're in Salt Lake City, Utah. The elevation is 4,330 feet above sea level, and it does affect your brain. And clearly, you guys took a minute to get my joke. Take some deep breaths. At this moment, please, can everybody rise? Tonight, we begin by honoring those who carry the greatest weight of all, the families of our fallen. These are the families who are given more than any of us could ever be asked to give, and yet they continue to stand with strength, grace, and courage. At this time, we invite our honored families to be led in. As they enter, I ask that you take a moment not just to watch, but to truly see them, to recognize their sacrifice, to honor their loved ones, and to silently remind them that they are not alone. Tonight, we are honored to be joined by our Correctional Peace Officer Foundation National Honor Guard team, who will present the colors. Commander Gonzalez, you may proceed. to the flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Commander.
Forward, march. Forward, march.
Thank you, everybody. Please be seated. There are moments in our profession when words are not enough, when only something deeper can express what we feel. And music has a way of doing that. It has a way of reaching places that words cannot, of honoring sacrifice, of bringing comfort, and reminding us of the pride we carry in serving something greater than ourselves. Tonight, we are honored to have a very special performance of God Bless America. Please join me in welcoming my friend, Warden Bret Bullis of the North Carolina Department of Public Safety.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies and the oceans white with foam, God bless America, my home, sweet home. America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, Warden Bullis, for that beautiful and heartfelt performance. I promised him I wouldn't sing with him. This year holds special meaning for our nation as we recognize the 250th birthday of the United States of America. Bring it, bring it. For 2.5 centuries, generations of Americans have answered the call to serve, some on distant battlefields, some in our communities, and many behind the walls of our correctional institutions, standing watch when others could not. The freedom we enjoy today were not freely given. They were earned through sacrifice, courage, and enduring belief in something greater than ourselves. Tonight we honor that legacy. We recognize the men and women who wore the uniform of our armed forces, the families who stood beside them through deployments, uncertainty and loss, and the veterans within our correctional community who continued their commitment to service long after their military careers ended. Many who serve in corrections understand duty in a deeply personal way. They understand sacrifice. They understand holding the line for others, often without recognition or applause. Not here tonight. As we reflect tonight on 250 years of this great nation, let us also reflect on the people who helped preserve it, not only through military service, but through lives dedicated to protecting others and strengthening our communities. At this time, I would like to ask, if you would like, please, veterans, active duty military personnel, and families of those who have served, please rise so we may recognize and honor you. A little bit louder now. To each of you, thank you. Your service, your sacrifice, and your family's sacrifices will never be forgotten. God bless you, and God bless America. Before we continue, I would like to take a moment to recognize a tradition that holds deep meaning within our profession, the sound of pipes. For generations, pipe and drum bands have been used to honor service, to mark moments of remembrance, and to stand beside those who mourn. Within corrections, that tradition carries forward as a symbol of unity, of respect, and of a promise to never forget. Tonight, we are privileged to have members of the Correctional Peace Officer Foundation Pipe and Drum Band with us, individuals who volunteer their time to represent this profession with dignity and pride across the United States of America. Please join me in welcoming them. was awesome. Go ahead. On behalf of the Correctional Peace Officer Foundation Board of Directors, it is my honor to welcome you to the 37th Annual Project 2000 here in Salt Lake City, Utah. As I stand here tonight and look out across this room, I don't just see a crowd, I see family. I see correctional professionals from across this country, men and women who walk one of the hardest paths in public service. I see families who stand behind them, who carry the weight of this profession in quiet and often unseen ways. And I see something even more powerful than that. I see strength and I see resilience. I see a bond that only this profession truly understands. Tonight we gather for many reasons, but at the heart of it all, we are here for 5 families. 5 families whose lives were forever changed. 5 families who now carry a loss that words will never fully capture. To our honored families, please know this. You're not alone. Not tonight, not tomorrow, and not ever. You are a part of this family now, and this family does not forget. We do not walk away. We stand beside you through the hardest days and through the days that follow. We also carry with us the memory of 2 of our own members of our CPOF family that we have lost. People who didn't just believe in our mission, they lived it. Their impact is woven into everything you will see and feel over the next few days. And while they may not be here standing with us tonight, their presence is undeniable. Project 2000 is not just an event. It's a promise that those we have lost will never be forgotten. A promise that their families will always have a place. And a promise that no matter where you come from, state, county, federal, we stand together as one. Oh, that's right. Over the next few days, you will attend ceremonies, hear stories, and share moments that will stay with you long after you leave here. You will meet people who will understand you without any explanation. We hope that you will feel pride, and we know that you'll feel sorrow, and at times, sometimes you may feel both. That is the heart of this profession, and that is also the heart of the Correctional Peace Officer Foundation. Tomorrow, we will gather for our annual memorial ceremony. It's the most sacred part of what we do. It's where we speak their names. It's where we honor their service, and it's where we stand united to ensure that their legacy lives on. Your presence here matters more than you know. Because when these families look out into the crowd, they don't just see faces. They see that their loved ones mattered. They see that the sacrifice is remembered, and they see that this profession stands behind them. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to recognize the people who make all of this possible. Our field representatives and volunteers who carry this mission into institutions and communities across our country. Field reps, will you please stand up? We'd like to give you a shout out. Yes. Our honor guard. They represent the very best part of our profession with precision, pride, and respect. And our staff, small in numbers but unmatched in heart. They work tirelessly behind the scenes to support our members in their darkest moments. Our foundation is not just a building, it is our people. And it's powered by compassion, commitment, and the unwavering belief that we take care of our own. In a moment, we'll hear from our Utah Department of Corrections Director, Mr. Jared Garcia, who has graciously welcomed us to this beautiful state. We're grateful for your support and partnership that's made this gathering possible. But before we continue, I just want to take a second to look around this room. Everybody, just look around this room. Take a breath. 4,330 feet above sea level. Look around this room. These are your people. And for the next 4 days and beyond, this will be our home. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your service. And thank you for carrying the mission of CPOF forward. It is now my honor to welcome a leader who represents the very best of public safety and service here in the state of Utah. In March of 2025, Jared Garcia was appointed Executive Director of the Utah Department of Corrections. He brought with him more than 2 decades of experience in law enforcement and public safety. He began his career in 2002, same as me, with the Utah Department of Public Safety, serving in key roles within Utah Highway Patrol and the State Bureau of Investigations, where he led specialized units. He oversaw complex investigations. In 2017, he was recognized as one of the International Association of Chiefs of Police 40 under 40. We're not trying to age you, Jared. That's wonderful. That recognition highlights his leadership and commitment to our profession. He later served as the Chief of Police in Moab, Utah, before joining the Utah Department of Corrections as the Deputy Director in 2023 and ultimately stepping into his current role as the Director here in Utah. But beyond his accomplishments, what stands out most is his dedication to the people behind this profession, the men and women who serve, and the families who support them. So please, everybody, join me in welcoming Director Jared Garcia.
Good evening. I don't know how you follow eloquent speakers, award-winning singers, and pipes and drums, so please don't boo me off the stage while I'm up here. That was pretty impressive. On behalf of Governor Spencer Cox, the state of Utah, and the Utah Department of Corrections, I want to welcome you to beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah, I love that you're clapping. It's a beautiful place. Thank you to the Correctional Peace Officer Foundation for hosting your Project 2000 conference here in Utah. It's always a pleasure to have professionals from throughout the country come to our state and celebrate the amazing work that all of you do. What an amazing organization with an amazing cause, so we appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I wonder if you would all just do me a favor and stand for a moment, because I think it's so critical that when we lose people in this profession, and we've lost many in law enforcement and corrections throughout our careers, and they must never be forgotten. And I really just want to give the survivors and the families that are here today a big round of applause for the sacrifice of your loved one. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten, and neither will you. So thank you all for indulging me with that. Please be seated. I want to take a personal privilege as well. I have my honor guard here, and many of the members of the Utah Department of Corrections, a couple of my deputy commissioners are here. And I might be a little biased, but you are the best dressed honor guard in the country. And I just want to thank you for the way that you represent the Utah Department of Corrections in our state throughout the year as you travel the country and you recognize those who have paid the ultimate price. So thank you for what you do. I'm going to give you a round of applause for myself. Anybody that knows me and has met me realizes that I love to throw down a good challenge. I throw down challenges to my staff every time I have the opportunity to speak. And so I'm going to throw down a challenge to all of you here in a little bit, and then I have a request for all of you if you'll bear with me. But as was mentioned, I spent the first 22 years of my career in law enforcement. I started as a state trooper, and I served many roles. Most of my career was spent at the State Bureau of Investigation, where at the end of my career I ended up overseeing the State Bureau of Investigation and had a lot of amazing experiences. But one thing that I'm absolutely ashamed of throughout my career is that I had no idea the complexities of corrections and what correctional officers face every single day. I was naive to it, right? I've arrested thousands of people throughout my career. I would read them Miranda rights. I would, throughout a lot of my career, seek opportunities for them to help themselves out or help their position and become an informant, and then help me find people that were worse than them. And then I would book them in jail and say goodbye, and oftentimes I would never see them again unless it was in a courtroom, or we all know the frequent flyers that we experience throughout our careers. But again, I had no idea the things that you do every single day and the challenges and the complexities. And so shame on me and shame on my peers. I have to say, working in corrections is much, much harder than working in outside law enforcement in a lot of ways. One of the terms that I hear, and I've heard since becoming the deputy director here at the Utah Department of Corrections, is the word just. I hear, I'm just a guard, or I'm just a probation officer, or I'm just this or just that. And I have to say, that is very disheartening, because in corrections, our folks are more than just anything. Your social workers, your counselors, your public safety professionals, your experts at rehabilitation and reentry. You are so many things. But I think what has happened throughout time is that corrections workers have been misrepresented, they've been misunderstood, and leaders like myself have not done a good enough job of recognizing and telling the story of the work that our men and women do in this profession. And so I want to challenge you all to continue to be remarkable in what you do. Continue to elevate this profession. Continue to highlight. Don't shy away from the challenges of this work. Talk about the challenges. Talk about your people. Talk about your victories. Talk about the heartache that you experienced and the tough days. But don't just talk about it with one another. Talk about it with your friends, with your family, with the media, with whoever will listen to your story. Share the story. And that's something that it took us a lot of years in outside law enforcement to share. And I know it's uncomfortable, but we're not going to get over the hump unless we start to do that. You're amazing people with an amazing mission, and people need to know what's going on behind the bars and in our community, because you're truly the backbone of the criminal justice system, and I don't want you to ever forget it. So my challenge is to be remarkable and tell your story. Now, the next thing I have is a request. Thank you. A good friend of mine, Tony Karuba, he's one of our assistant chiefs over training, and he told me I had like 2 minutes. So, Tony, I'm going a little longer than 2 minutes. So I apologize. The request that I have, and look, I'm going to preface this with this. I recognize that I have a face for radio, so I promised all of you I'm not trying to be a social media influencer, okay? But earlier this year, we started an initiative here at the Utah Department of Corrections called UDC 365. And the reason that we started this initiative is because I wanted to change the narrative in regard to what I just spoke about. And I wanted to ensure that we were recognizing an employee every single day, 365 days a year, on every social media platform. And we've done that so far. We have not missed a day. And I think that's important because employees need to know that we appreciate them, that their work is critical, and again, they're the backstop and the backbone of the criminal justice system. But beyond that, I know I only have a few more years left in my public safety career, and the impact that I want to have in corrections, because I am still a corrections rookie, my whole 2.5 years of experience here, is that I want the world to know and the nation to know how many amazing people do this work and the type of work that we do, and that's what UDC 365 is about. So my request is A, to follow me and see what we're doing, UDC Commissioner Jared Garcia. But also, you're not following me. You're following my amazing staff at the Utah Department of Corrections and how we tell the story. And more importantly, what I'm asking is for you to get with your chiefs, your sheriffs, your secretary, your commissioner, whatever our crazy titles are, and ask them to do the same thing. And don't shy away from the publicity, but let's continue to highlight the work that we do for you, for the future generation of correctional officers, and most importantly, for those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice, because we owe it to them to make this profession better than when they found it. So I think I'm just going to close with this. Thank you for all that you do. You're amazing people with an amazing mission. Thank you again to this organization for providing us the platform to be here. Please be safe, take care of each other, and enjoy your next few days in Salt Lake City. Thank you.
I love it that he talked about Miranda. I know that American democracy and God gave me the right to remain silent, but I could rarely do that. Thank you, Director Garcia. Thank you for your leadership, your partnership, and for welcoming all of us to Utah with such generosity and support. We are truly grateful to be here. I will be following you, sir, on Facebook. At this time, I would like to invite someone who plays a vital role in caring for the hearts of our organization, Gary Evans. He serves as our CPOF chaplain, and he's also a field rep from South Carolina. He is dedicated. All right, I get it. He's dedicated his life to service both in uniform and in ministry, and continues to provide strength, guidance, comfort to so many with our CPOF family. Gary, would you please come forward to lead us in a prayer?
Yes, ma'am. Let us pray. Father God, as we come here tonight, dear Lord, paying homage, dear Lord, in remembrance of those who have paid the ultimate price, dear Lord, I just pray that your presence be filled by every family, dear Lord. And dear Lord, not only your presence, but dear Lord, I pray that the love of this correction family be spread to each and every member, that they see that there is another side to corrections and the love that is felt between us. Now, dear Lord, we just come to you asking you bless this food that we're about to partake, dear Lord, and that you would take our bodies and help us to better serve you, that we may serve these families. And I pray this in Jesus Christ's name and for his sake. Amen.
Thank you, Gary. Before we continue this evening, I want to take a moment to reflect on something that is difficult to fully explain, but impossible to forget. Many of you know the history of this foundation. You know when it began, and you know what it stands for. You know the programs, the outreach, the impact. But knowing it and feeling it are two very different things. Because once you experience Project 2000, once you stand in these moments, you hear these names and walk beside these families, something changes. It stays with you. The Correctional Peace Officer Foundation was built by 5 visionaries, individuals who saw a need in this profession and refused to ignore it. They built something rooted in compassion, in service, and in an unshakable belief that no one in this profession should ever stand alone in their darkest moments. Over the years, we have lost many who have helped carry that mission forward. 4 of our founding members. Their absence is deeply felt, but their legacy lives in every act of support, every hand extended, and every life that we are able to touch. What you're about to see is more than just a video. It is a true reflection of who we are. It is the stories, the mission, and the heart behind everything that we do. And it's something you won't easily forget. At this time, we invite you to turn your attention to the screen. And at its conclusion, I encourage you to enjoy your meal before we resume the program. Enjoy your meal, everybody.
The Correctional Peace Officers Foundation was founded in 1984 with one mission: to stand beside the families of correctional professionals who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Since that day, CPOF has remained committed to its motto, taking care of our own. What began as a small group answering the call in times of tragedy has grown into a nationwide organization dedicated to supporting correctional professionals and their families through life's most difficult moments. Today, CPOF provides assistance during catastrophic events, stands beside staff assaulted in the line of duty, supports the children and families impacted by loss and tragedy, sustains the Correctional Peace Officer Foundation National Honor Guard, and for nearly 30 years has hosted Project 2000, our annual memorial event honoring the lives and sacrifice of correctional professionals we have lost. But more than programs or services, CPOF is family. It is a reminder that no matter where you serve, no one stands alone. We welcome you to the CPOF family. Every day, correctional professionals walk into environments most people will never fully understand. And every day, staff face the reality of violence. Assaults happen around the clock in facilities across this country, affecting officers, medical staff, counselors, support staff, and their families long after the incident is over. In those moments, and in difficult days, months, and years that follow, the Correctional Peace Officers Foundation is there. We stand beside assaulted staff and their loved ones through recovery, healing, and rebuilding. Because the physical injuries are only part of the story. And because no correctional professional should ever have to face that journey alone. As long as there is a need, CPOF will continue to answer that call. Life can change in an instant. A diagnosis, an accident, a house fire, a medical emergency, a moment no family ever sees coming. The Correctional Peace Officers Foundation Catastrophic Assistance Program exists to support correctional professionals and their families during some of the most difficult moments in their lives. When hardship strikes, CPOF provides financial assistance, critical resources, and support designed to remind families that they are not alone. Because during life's darkest moments, even the smallest act of support can change everything. This is what it means to truly take care of our own. For more information on these stories and ways CPOF has helped correctional professionals, please visit cpof.org. When a correctional professional is lost in the line of duty, the impact reaches far beyond the uniform. Too often, children are left to grow up without a parent, a loss that can never be replaced. While families navigate unimaginable grief, the Correctional Peace Officers Foundation is there to help carry the weight. That is why we created the Kids Room. It is a place where children who share similar experiences can come together, form lasting bonds, and be reminded of the simple truth: they are not alone. Through shared moments, games, laughter, and connection, they build relationships that last a lifetime. And in bringing them joy, we honor the loved ones they carry with them. In 2007, the Correctional Peace Officers Foundation established its National Honor Guard. Since then, this dedicated team has answered the call across the country, standing in solemn tribute to correctional professionals who made the ultimate sacrifice. Whether serving independently or alongside local honor guard teams, they represent the dignity, professionalism, and unity of the corrections profession. They stand watch so the fallen are never forgotten. They stand beside families in their hardest moments. And they serve as a visible reminder that the correctional professionals across this nation stand together. The CPOF National Honor Guard also plays a central role in our annual memorial ceremony at Project 2000, ensuring that every officer is remembered with the honor, respect, and dignity they deserve.
There's a hero if you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one really
Good evening. They have really good steak in Utah. That was delicious. Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful meal. Okay. I thought the steak was really good. I hope that you've all had a chance to relax and connect with those around you and reflect on what you've seen so far tonight. It's now my pleasure to recognize a partnership that has quietly but powerfully made a difference in the lives of so many families over the years. I asked Spencer if I had anything in my teeth, and I just found some asparagus. That's a true partner right there. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Mr. Kevin Murphy, Chief. Okay, that's right. He is the Chief Operating Officer of the U.S. Deputy Wardens Association. For more than 20 years, the USDWA has supported Project 2000 by providing backpacks to the children of our fallen staff and to those being recognized during our Saturday ceremony. What may seem like a simple gesture has meant the world to the families who receive them. It's a reminder to those children that they are seen, that they are remembered, and that they are a part of something bigger than themselves. We're incredibly grateful for that continued support. I would like to recognize someone whose heart for these children is felt in every detail of what she does as well. Esther Gonzalez. She serves as our Kids Rooms coordinator, and along with her team, she creates a space where children can simply be children, where they can laugh, connect, create memories in the midst of a very emotional weekend, and where this national director can nap. True story. Esther, your compassion and dedication do not go unnoticed. We are so thankful for you. Please join me in thanking Kevin and Esther and their teams for all that they do.
Thank you. You know, it sounds like a cliche, but it is a privilege to be able to stand before you today with fellow correctional professionals and families and celebrate the lives and actions of our brothers and sisters. You know, Projects is a great example of being a family. You know, as a former agency director, our employees came first, not the inmates, but the men and women who put the badge on every day. You know, we not only work together, but we celebrate together, we cry together, and at the end of the day, we go home together. And those of you that wear the uniform have persevered and have shown the nation why you are the true ultimate professional. And I pray that the public should appreciate you as much as you deserve. I want to thank the families of those officers who are there when they come home from a horrendous day, seeing the things that the average person hasn't a clue. You understand the difficulty that our staff deal with each and every day, and they are making a difference. They're making our community safer with their efforts towards public safety. The United States Deputy Wardens Association is over 79 years old from members from all over the country. And we've had the privilege for the last 25 years to recognize the children who have lost their life and who have been seriously assaulted at this memorial. You know, I want to thank Rachel and her staff, and especially the board, for allowing us to touch the lives of these children. I would like to ask Kristen Keisel, the Assistant Chief of Prison Operations from the from Utah Department of Correction, and she is a past president of the Deputy Wardens Association, to come forward and help me to present the backpacks. And I want to echo Esther Gonzalez's job, being the Kids Room coordinator. It does an unbelievable job, and her crew also. And I'm going to ask her to come to the podium. And as she calls the names of the children, we'd love for you to come up, and we'd like to present to you this bag of toys.
I'd like to call up Novava Bird, please. Jalen Wells. Zedric Colum. Brayley Moore. If we could have a family member for Jeremiah Jackson. John Harbuck. And Ramsey Simber. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here with us this evening, and tonight is just the beginning. Tomorrow we gather for the most important part of this event. It's our annual memorial ceremony, where we'll come together and honor the lives and legacies of our fallen correctional professionals. It's a moment that defines who we are and why we are here. For all attendees, please be sure to meet in the lobby by 9 a.m. for transportation to the ceremony. Honor Guard teams and our honored families, please refer to your special instructions for arrival and staging. And thank you, everyone, again for being a part of this family. Have a restful evening, and we will see you in the morning.